Hello, welcome back to another round. Part 2, the question of Harm Fitness Center. Today we are going to learn about how I created the Harm Fitness Center Java code to enter details for all the participants, including the swimming time, the cycling time, and the running time, because it was a triathlon. That was organized by Harm Fitness Center to record the time of all the participants. So we created it using Java IDK and NetBeans IDE. Java development kit and NetBeans. So we are going to take a look at our code, and I'll explain line by line what each and every code does, starting from the very, very, very top. So as our previous code, we learned how all these import work. For example, the import java.util.scanner, it is a functionality that allows the user to put an input when prompted by the code which is running. So we are going to go straight to the beginning here. The class, the participant class. This class defines a base class named participant to represent a participant in the triathlon. So you can see all these. They are under attributes under the participant. The name and ID are final, meaning they cannot be changed after initialization. So the swimming, the cycling, and running time store the participants' respective event times. So as I was saying, so we are going to go further and explain each line of code and what it does. So now we are going to go to this one that says the public participant. It is a constructor that initializes the participant's name, ID, and times for swimming, cycling, and running. As you can see, this dot name is equal to name, this dot ID is equal to ID. So this one, it assigns the input name and ID to the class fields. So our next code, this one, validates that none of the input times are negative, and if any are, it throws an exception. So you can see there is an argument, times cannot be negative. So we are going line by line explaining what each line of code does. So the next is the public string, the get name. So we are on the getters. So this one returns the participant's name. And this one, the get ID, it returns the participant's ID. So the next code, it calculates and returns the total time and time taken by the participant across all events. So the public void, this one displays the participant's name, ID, and total time. And the class elite participant extend participant. It inherits from participant and represents a specialized type of participant with additional features, as you can see. So the private final string sponsor name stores the sponsor's name for the elite participant, and this one acts as a constructor which initializes the base class participant and assigns the sponsor name. So the next line of code is the override. This one overrides the display details method to also display the sponsor's name. And the beginner participant the beginner participant class inherits for participants and represents participants with no additional attributes. Yeah. So now we are going to the main class. This is our main class where the program logic resides, and as you can see, public static void, this is the entry point of the program. Yeah. And the participant list, this one creates a list to store all participants. Yeah, so the try with the scanner, as we had talked earlier, it allows input from the user. Yeah. And it is automatically closed after the use. So this one is a loop to collect details from each participant, and all this line of code, they read and store the participant's name, ID, and event times from the user input. So now what we are going to go to is the elite check. This one, it checks if the participant is elite, and if yes, adds an elite participant with the sponsored details, otherwise adds a beginner participant. And the display, yeah. So yeah, we are going to now to the display participants. This line of code is where we are, and they're trying to get to know what this line does. So this line loops through the lists and displays each participant's details, and this one sorts participants by their total time in ascending order. Yeah, so this one is a code to display the fastest participants. It retrieves and displays the fastest and second fastest participants from the sorted list. Yeah. So now we are on this maybe the last code. Displays all the participants in ascending order of their total time. Yeah. So the purpose of this program, it efficiently collects and processes user inputs, manages resources, and displays details of the triathlon results. So we are going to watch it in action, and I'm going to right click and run it so that we can see its work, to see it in action. As you can see, it is running, and within a few minutes we will be able to run. So it prompted me to enter the number of participants. So the number of participants, they were 4, as you I asked to. Yeah, so the number of participants, they were 4, as you can see here in the questions. Yeah, with all their details. I'm trying to show you how we are going to input all the details of all the participants. Yeah, as you can see, Alice, Bob, Charlie, Diana, they are all going to put these results, and we are going to make Bob and Diana elite participants. We will see what all that means. So there were 4 participants. Yeah, and the first participant was I think it was Alice. Yeah. So, and the ID, let's give Alice P001. Yeah. And the swimming time of Alice was 25 minutes. And the cycling time of Alice was 40 minutes. The running time was 20 minutes. And Alice is not an elite participant, so just say no. So the second participant was Bob. Yeah. The Bob, I shall give ID of P002. And the swimming time, I think it was 20 minutes. So 20 minutes. The cycling time was 35 minutes, and the running time was 25 minutes. Yeah, so Bob is an elite participant, and let's say he was sponsored by Airtel. Yeah. So number 3 was Charlie. And Charlie, let's give him an ID of P003. His swimming time was 30 minutes. The cycling time was 50 minutes. The running time was 30 minutes. Yeah, so Charlie is not an elite participant. And the 4th was Diana. ID is P004. Swimming time is 28. Cycling time is 42. And 18 minutes for the running time. Dana is, of course, an elite, and let's say the sponsor was MTN. Yeah, so you can see the program automatically display the details of the participants starting from the first Alice, and it calculated the total time of each participant. Alice was 85, Bob was 80, and Charlie was 110, Diana was 88. And it also gave us the fastest participant, which was Bob, with a total of 80 minutes, and the second was Alice with a total of 85 minutes. So it sorted the participants by total time, and it displayed all the participants. So you can see that our code is running very, very well. So let us try to run this code and try to put in time that is we shall set to. We are going to try to put in time that is less than that is negative, and see what it will do. So the first, let's say running ID is P001. Swimming time, let's say 12. Cycling 13. 14. Sorry, this is a negative 2. Yeah. You can see it's brought in an exception where the times cannot be negative. So it was an error occurred in our code. Due to this, the code that we put in at the time can never be negative. Here you can see times can never be negative. So this is the functionalities of our code, and you can see it is working very, very well. Thanks so much. Thank you.